Welcome to another episode of Universal Gaming. I'm your host, Paula Brandt. Today we're going to have some Fortnite gameplay, some Dungeons & Dragons story time, area events, Magic the Gathering, and we're going to talk about our meetup.com site, Fort Wayne Gaming. If you have a question or comment, or if you've got an event you'd like us to cover, email me at brandtp23@yahoo.com. We'll be right back after this. Okay, welcome to D&D Storytime, where we're going to go over my notes of my Orb 3 Disturbed City homebrew campaign for D&D 3.5. We are going over my notes, and it might not be a story, but we're going to have fun. So, let's jump right into it. January 26, 2006, my characters present were Dark Lady, her cohort, Nathaniel Blackthorn, his cohort, Karsus, who, if I remember right, is a kobold, and Dante, which is Cliff's character. So it's mid-afternoon, the month of Allentine 27. I believe Allentine is March, give or take. Dark Lady teleports the party to a village called 5 Points. They're in the Fort Lands, which is on the east side of the map, and this is the evil aligned territory on the island. And so Dark Lady teleports the party to 5 Points, which is a city of 5 evil deities. There's like kobolds, there's orcs, there's Vecna worshippers, there's all 5 different evil deities worshipped there. They've got shrines to each. They meet a birdman, which is a Arakakra. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's like a birdman, and they attack the party. Then they must be traveling somewhere, so at midnight, overnight, Nathaniel casts the spell Alarm, which is a so many foot radius. If anything triggers that area, like bells ding or something like that. So the party's woken up in the middle of the night by a male half-fiend that's singing 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. And he just sneaks up, and Nathaniel gets closer. He's not scared. He just comes over and says, "Who are you, and why are you singing that?" And so they all start talking to him because they're all woken up by the alarm spell. And the male half-fiend introduces himself as Axe. And he says that basically he apologizes to them for a battle that they had earlier with another demon. And he says he will be dealt with. And he says that they start asking the demon about the White Rose, which is something in Calamar of the one of the Calamar books. I'm sorry, I'll put it in the credits of the show once I think of the name of it, but it's in one of the Calamar books. It's called the White Rose. And Axe tells the party that the White Rose bestows curses once a month, restores people once a month, and gives you the wish spell once a month. And he tells them that the Dark Light Codex, if you own the Dark Light Codex and the White Rose gem, then you can summon demons and devils and control them. Well, devils in particular, because he's a devil. And that's all the notes that I have. So I don't have a lot of details from it, but this was one of my arcing story plots where they can adventure, and then they're trying to find this gem in this book. Okay, I believe they eventually found the gem, but they never found the book because we stopped meeting for lots of reasons. It was a fun game, and we had fun. We will continue next time on February 16th, 2006 on my notes. Thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to show you some of my Magic the Gathering decks. Most of them are pre-built, nothing fancy. This commander deck is a Garrod Conclave Exile commander deck. When Garrod Conclave Exile enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 green rhino creature token with trample. 4/4. When Garrod attacks, populate. The token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. To populate, create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. So it's a populate deck. A couple other things I have in the deck, and this is a pre-built deck that I bought. A couple other things I have in the deck. I have lands that I can tap to go through the deck and look for more lands, so that shuffles my deck a little bit. I have Trostani Selena's Voice. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So let's say a 10/10 goes in the battlefield, I gain 10 health. Then I have Voice of Many, creature elf druid 3/3. When Voice of Many enters the battlefield, draw a card for each opponent who controls fewer creatures than you. So let's say I'm fighting somebody and they only have one creature, I draw a card. But if they have more creatures than me, then I don't. Okay, then I have Atla Palani Nest Tender 2/3. For 2 mana and tapping, I can create a 0/1 green egg creature token with Defender. Whenever an egg you control dies, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And most of the eggs that I have. Then I have Thragtusk, creature beast 5/3. When Thragtusk enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. Okay, Command Tower. Adds 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. That's a nice one. You can play an additional land this turn, sorcery. That's good. It's got Garruk, Primal Hunter, Planeswalker, Tangarth. First Mate. Cannot be blocked by more than one creature when an opponent attacks with one or more creatures. If Tangarth is attacked, you may have that opponent gain control of Tangarth until the end of combat. If you do, choose a player or Planeswalker that opponent is attacking, and Tangarth is attacking that player or Planeswalker. So it's a Planeswalker attacker. Whenever Scare Tiller becomes tapped, choose one. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, or return target land card from a graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Sculptures you control can't attack or block. At the beginning of your end step, create a colorless sculpture artifact creature token with the colors, creature, and toughness are each equal to the number of sculptures you control. So, let's say I have a sculpture out there. Okay, let's say this card's a sculpture. Let's say I have a sculpture out there. At the beginning of my end step, I create another artifact token. And its power and toughness are equal to the number of sculptures that are already out. So I already got a sculpture out. Then this one during my end step comes out and it's got a 1/1 on it. The next one is going to have a 2/2 because I have 2 of them out. Next time I have an end turn, I'm going to have one that's got a 3/3 because I have 3 of them already out. It's pretty amazing. Okay, Rock Egg. Defender. When Rock Egg dies, create a 3/3 white bird creature token with flying. When Wingmake Rock enters the battlefield, if you attack with a creature this turn, create a 3/4 white bird creature token with flying. And when he attacks, I gain 1 life for each attacking creature. So I got 10 creatures out there, I'm going to gain 10 life. Then the other really good card I have is, let me find it. I have an Eldrazi in here. Where is he? So, mainly what I do with this deck is I get the Eldrazi out. And he's a 10/10. Where is it? He's a 10/10. Desolation Twin. When I cast him, I create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. So when I cast him, I get one. And then when that one's out, then I have that token creature that I can copy. And if I've got the enchantments out that add +1 for this and +1 for that, then I had taken a video that was kind of shaky of how I was playtesting it, and I had like 12 Eldrazi's out there. It was crazy. If I was playing this deck against one of those like Battle Lord type decks, it would be cool. Okay, and I think I have time today for one more deck that I can show you. And it is my Dragon Commander deck, the Dragon. He costs a lot of mana. I mean, 4 colorless and 1 of each color, so 9 mana. But as long as the Dragon is in the command zone or in the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast are 1 less to cast. Flying. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards. Then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. And he's a 10/10. So it's a nice card. It really is a nice commander. And this deck has ways to make 3/3 cat dragons with flying, making gold, 4/4 token creature dragons with flying. I haven't played it very much, but it is a pre-built deck. And another thing that I like about it is it has a bunch of dragons in it. So, like for example, Intet the Dreamer. Whenever Intet the Dreamer deals damage, combat damage to a player, you may pay 3, and if you do, exile the top card with your library face down. If you may look at that card as long as it remains exiled. You may play that card without paying its mana cost as long as it remains on the, as this dragon remains on the battlefield, which is nice. I mean, Scion of the Dragon. Search your library for a dragon permanent card and put it onto your graveyard. If you do, Scion of the Dragon becomes a copy of that card until end of turn. I could copy something that's already been in my graveyard. I mean, the Harvester. When Harvester deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3. If you do, put target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gives somebody out of my graveyard. I mean, yeah, Ramos Dragon Engine's pretty cool too. I mean, he has a bunch of mana. But yeah, it's a pretty cool dragon deck. There's a lot of dragons in it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I do have more magic decks, which we'll get into some other time. So we've had a group on meetup.com for quite a while now. I was working with Anthony, who's the head of that group. And the group is called Fort Wayne Gaming. It's on meetup.com. And there's a lot of people on there, but not a lot of people go to stuff. So we're trying to, I wouldn't say revamp it, but we're trying to get more people to show up and post more events on it, because we need more people to run games and advertise that they need players for board games, card games, video games, anything around Fort Wayne. That's what Meetup is for people to meet and just get to know each other. And having this Meetup group is such a great idea. However, like I said, there's a lot of people on there that just don't go to stuff, that don't post that they need people to come out and play stuff with them. So please, if you have any ideas for helping us grow this community, let us know, because they are raising our rates to keep it, and just to pay that much for so many months is ridiculous, to be honest. So if you've got any ideas, if you know anyone who's running events, let us know. Tell them about the meetup. We can help them advertise it. It's totally free. However, we're going to have to come up with some ideas for fundraising, and I've got a few ideas which I'll post. But please just reach out if you've got any ideas or if you'd like to help. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching Universal Gaming. I hope your dice roll 20s, and we'll see you next month.